fantastic weekend, and we'll see you back in our classrooms on Monday. Tonight's a really cool night because this is one of my favorite stories that I remember reading when I was a little girl in Greenfield schools, and it's called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. All of us have bad days, and you're going to listen to Alexander and his bad day, and it is bad. And I kind of memorized a lot of the story because I had to practice it and memorize it for a speech competition that I had when I was a little girl, just like you and our little boys. So hope you enjoy this story tonight. It's going to be really good. Hola, comunidad de Greenfield. Soy Superintendent Galvan aquí con ustedes. Es viernes, la noche. Ustedes van a tener un gran fin de semana. Muchas gracias por venir a las escuelas, los salones y a obtener toda la educación que ustedes puedan. Y esta historia es uno de mis favoritos porque yo tenía que recordarlo y memorizarlo cuando yo era niña aquí en las escuelas de Greenfield, y se llama Alejandro y su terrible, horrible, no bueno, mucho disastrous día. Y es por la autora Judith Vorst. Y ustedes van a disfrutar mucho en esta historia. So I hope you like it. All right, here we go. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. It's so funny. Get ready. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because at breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray in his cereal box. Nick found a junior undercover ring in his cereal box. And guess what I found in my breakfast cereal box? Cereal! I know! I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Mom said some days are like that, even in Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Aubrey and Elliot got seats by the windows too. I had to sit in the middle. I said I was being smushed. I said if I didn't get a seat by the window, I was going to get car sick. No one even listened. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickinson said she liked Paul's picture the best, and that my picture of the invisible castle wasn't as great. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I said, I hope you sit on a tack. I said to Paul, I hope the next time you buy a double-decker ice cream cone that the ice cream part falls off and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag. Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll with coconut sprinkles. Guess whose mom forgot to put in dessert? Yep, mine. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, he said. Next week, I'm not going to be here. I'm moving to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started to cry because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. Oh, he said, what? So while I was punching my brother Nick for calling me a crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and for fighting. Ugh, I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some new shoes for school. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose white ones with white stripes. And I chose the blue ones with red stripes. But guess what? The lady said we're all sold out. They made me buy plain ugly ones, but they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad from his work, I couldn't help but play with the copy machine. He told me not to, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick me up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner. I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV. Ugh, I hate kissing on TV. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas to bed. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says Sundays are like that, even in Australia. The end. Oh my gosh, poor Alexander, he had a horrible day. Do you have horrible days like that sometimes? Sometimes we do. But he's gonna persevere, and next day, I hope it's a better day. Just like you. If you had a bad day today, hope tomorrow's better. Boys and girls, that's been one of my favorite stories. Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Thanks for joining me here tonight. I wish you a really great weekend. I'm Superintendent Galvan with the Great Greenfield School District, sending a great big bear hug from our family to yours.